And I was just going to notify everyone that this meeting is being audio and video recorded. And at this point, I would like to introduce new member Gina O'Callahan. Gina, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Happy to be on the board. Um, I am a mom of two girls, 8 and 6. We live out in the Surfside area. I've been on the island on and off since the mid 90s. Officially this time has been 14 years. Pretty settled in at this point, I'd say. I'm from Central Mass originally, where my family was really involved in recreation and sports coaching and the fields and getting playgrounds built. And so I just somewhat always watched my parents involved in that and just figured it was what I would do when I was older. So here I am. And hopefully I feel like I have some ideas and would love to just contribute to the overall um, everything that you're all doing. I think it's really, really lovely.
Well, thank you. And I'm delighted to have you, particularly that you have children that are benefiting. And so it's wonderful to have your perspective on the commission.
Thank you.
This point, I would like to seek the approval of the agenda for the July 17th meeting. Do I have a motion, please?
Yeah.
I make a motion.
Nikki moved and a second was
I'll
that?
second.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
very much. All those in favor signify by saying aye. I'll do a roll call vote. Nikki,
Aye.
Gina,
Hi.
Jesse,
Aye.
and Meryl,
Aye.
and Mike Kozort, aye. So it is unanimous. At this point, we usually open it up for public comment. If there's any comment by any public prior to the meeting. I don't see that there is anybody attending who might have anything, so we will jump right in. I'll turn it over to Shanta Boyce, who will talk to us about the, I believe, 2 applications before us today. Shanta.
If I may, Mr. Chair, I believe you guys are electing officers next. And then I'll happily, and then approving minutes, then I'll take over. Right, Maureen?
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you for correcting me. So with that, I guess it's proper to open up the nominations for the chair first. Am I correct, Maureen? And so are there any nominations for that position?
Can
Well,
I
that-
nominate you?
What is that, Meryl?
Yes.
A second.
Okay.
But I
Are
don't know
there
if that
any
would-
other nominations to put forward? I could throw it right back at you. But I think if there are no other nominations, we'll I guess that's a vote by acclamation. Maureen, is that proper? Okay. Thank you. And then open it up for nominations of vice chair? Or do you use
Excuse-
vice president?
You should vote on your
Oh.
acceptance.
Acclamation
or-
doesn't do that? With no other nominations? Okay, I'll ask for a motion. On the president, Michael Kozort as president. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Nikki,
Aye.
Gina,
Hi.
Jesse,
Aye.
and Meryl,
Aye.
and I'll abstain. So that shows the approval for that. Now I will open it up for the position of vice chair. And is it proper for the chair to make a motion?
Sure.
I will nominate Nikki Drew Do we have any seconds to that
I
nomination?
second that nomination.
Are there any other nominations for the position of vice chair? Okay, hearing none, I will ask for a vote of approval. And please signify, we'll do a roll call vote. Gina?
Aye.
Or aye,
Yes.
Jesse,
Aye.
Merrill,
Aye.
Nikki?
I'll abstain, right?
You don't have to. You
Okay.
can vote for yourself.
I'll do it.
And Michael Kozort, so that would be unanimous. Thank you very much. Now, Maureen? Another, one more position?
Actually, two, the CPC
Yes, thank you.
appointment
And-
and Meryl, minutes taker.
Notes taker? Okay, I will open up nominations for the position of notes taker. Do I have any nominations?
I nominate Meryl.
And do we have a second? I'll second. Do we have any other nominations? Not hearing any further nominations, I will ask for a vote. We'll do it again by roll call. Nikki,
Aye.
Gina,
Aye.
Jesse,
Aye.
Merrill,
Sure.
sure, and Mike
Aye.
Kozort vote as well in favor. So we have that, and now we're looking for a representative to the CPC. Do I have any nominations for that position?
If no one else is interested, I'd like to stay on.
And do I hear a nomination then, Nikki?
Yes.
All right. You can't actually nominate yourself, Jesse, so you
Oh,
gotta.
see, I'm
That's all
sorry.
right. You gotta, we'll follow protocol here and we'll get you there, I suspect.
I nominate Jesse.
Thank you, Nikki. And do I
Yeah.
have a second?
Yes, I second that.
Thank you, Merrill. Do I have any other nominations for the CPC representative? Hearing none, we'll ask for that vote of approval. Nikki,
Aye.
Gina,
Aye.
Jesse,
I guess I'll sustain even though I
Yeah.
self-nominated myself in the first place.
and Merrill.
Yes.
And Mike Kozort says yes. So I think that takes us through the elections. And thank you again, Shanta. Now I'll hand it over to you for the.
Oh, wait, we have to approve the minutes. One more thing.
Yes.
There were some long ones.
Yes, that was a long meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of June 26th?
I approve.
I second that.
All right. Merrill, thank you. Those approve signify by saying aye. Nikki,
Aye.
Gina,
Aye.
Jesse,
Aye.
Merrill,
Aye.
and Mike Kozort, I approve. And if I don't have a better order of business at the next meeting, you might be looking for a new chair. Now I'm going to hope to pass it on to Shanta.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations again on being chair yet again. Congratulations. So I'm filling in for Dina today. And we have two applications before you. One is for August 3rd, an application from CAV. It's for a workout class. The application was submitted by an Emma Ellis who works for CAV, but it is in partnership with a local organization, MAST. They're looking to use Children's Beach for a 75-person workout class from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It would be on a Sunday, so it does not conflict with Bettina or any of the other scheduled programs there. And just a note, we are still waiting for the emergency action plan that's required by the fire department and for payment of their invoice for that, for permit for there. But seeing as this is your last meeting before their event, we thought it appropriate to bring it before you.
You muted, Mike.
Mr. Cozart, you're muted. Michael.
Sorry, I do have one question. I'm wondering about the size of the group, 75, thinking that's not going to fit on the bandstand. Is that a problem for us?
It shouldn't be a problem. They'll actually be using the lawn.
Okay.
So the instructor will be on the bandstand, but the participants will be on the lawn.
All right. Charlie, any thoughts on this application?
No, it's all fine. You know, it's the lawn's in rough shape down there. You know, that's on town water, so we are compliant with the current drought status with the irrigation system. And we just don't fertilize that lawn because of our proximity to the harbor. So keeping it green and lush is a little tough. This shouldn't be any more than it's used to getting during a normal weekday. So no problems here.
Okay. And no food that we saw, so that shouldn't be a problem. Anything else?
We made it very clear to them that they're not allowed to sell their wares at Children's Beach and no advertising of their workout gear. Like, we don't want to walk by and see clothing racks and things like that.
Okay. So I'm going to seek a motion to approve this pending the submission, right, of the plan. Chantal, will that do it for you?
Yes, please.
I just had a quick question.
Of course.
Is this open to the public, and are they hoping for 75, or is it a set number?
They're hoping for 75. We tell applicants at Children's Beach that even though they're hosting a paid event, it is a public park. So if someone decides to join the workout class, they can't turn them away. So they're aware of that.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you. Any other questions from commissioners? Okay, now I will seek a motion to approve pending submission of the proper plan. Do I have such a motion?
I'll approve. Sorry, I was
Thank-
drinking water.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yes,
And
I second that.
Kelly, Merrill, thank you. All of those in favor signify by saying aye. Nikki,
Aye.
Jesse,
Aye.
Merrill,
Aye.
and Mike Cozart approves as well. So we can go on to the second application, Shanta?
Yes, thank you all. So the second application is actually one from the town. It's from my department. It's for use of Children's Beach for the Nantucket Children's Book Day. We hosted this event last year, last September 7th. Same time frame. We had about 12 authors that we brought in, both local and we say local, but Nantucket and throughout Massachusetts. It was a great event. We were able to give away about 250 books to local kids. We had about 120 kids down there. We did a lot of read-alongs with the authors. We had some illustrators that were teaching kids how to put books together. The White Elephant was kind enough to donate cookie decorating on brand with the event for the kids to do. We had a lot of great activities for the kids, a nice screen-free day, enjoying books and getting to meet some of their favorite authors. So we are hoping to do this again this year, moving it back 2 weeks with hopes of capturing some of those kids' especially because that those last few weeks of August, there are no camps. And I know parents are looking for something to do with their kids. So far we have 8 authors confirmed, with our very own Wendy Roulard being our feature author for this year. So if any of you are interested in stepping into the Barnaby costume, I'm still looking for volunteers.
I've worn a few costumes as an elementary principal over the years, but I'll look for somebody a little younger and maybe a little bit more active in the costume. But I think that's a wonderful idea to push it back because of the camps. So, and I'm pretty sure the town has gone through the application process properly. Charlie, any questions about this?
Nope, nothing on my end. This should be a pretty easy event.
Okay.
How
Any of
many-
the other commissioners? And Maureen?
How many participants did you have last year, Chantal?
Sorry, I have a new computer and my mouse is, I'm so used to my old mouse and it's very smooth. So it just slides all over the place. Last year we had about 120 kids, but they kind of came and went throughout the day. I think at the peak of the event, we had about 85 kids.
Great.
I just had a quick question, like age bracket. What's the ages of kids that go there?
From 0 to 9 is who we try to grab.
Gotcha.
Okay. With no other questions, I will ask for a motion to approve.
I'll totally approve. I love it.
Thank you, Nikki.
Great.
I second that.
Thank you, Meryl. All of those in favor signify by saying aye. Nikki,
Aye.
Jesse,
Aye.
Meryl,
Aye.
and Michael Kozort approves as well. So it's unanimous. And you can notify the applicants and we'll look forward to especially participating in the second one on August 23rd. So, thank you. At this point, we'll go to Charlie for his report. I think he's got some news on a collaboration with the Little League.
Yes, so I'm working with Little League, put together a project we're, as the Parks and Rec Commission, will propose to CPC for funding. Right now, I've got looking at a total dollar amount right about $625,000. This would be to completely redo both Little League fields, redoing backstops, all the chain link fencing around both fields, which is all pretty old and falling apart. Be some work to the dugouts, replacing the batting cages at both fields, one of which is completely unusable at the moment, plus some other equipment, replacing the scoreboard, new bleachers, and some of the other practice equipment that is coming to the end of its useful lifespan for them. So I spent a lot of time talking with the Nantucket Little League board and coming up with kind of a wish list of everything they needed, and then hunted through some different options, and I think we've come up with some good numbers. Fencing is expensive. I don't have any great images, unfortunately, of what we're looking to do, but in place of the chain link backstop that we're all used to, we do something I think fairly similar as to what the high school just installed for the varsity team, where the backstops will be netting, which will allow us to drop them in the winter to get them out of the winter wind, so they're not taking a beating and collecting snow and then becoming a giant sail. Thus more rapidly weathering. The backstops and the lower 3 feet or so would actually be a padded wall, which makes for a much safer playing environment, for kids as they're coming in chasing foul balls, etc. So
And
it's
they will have the either that plastic insert at the top of the fence, so that, right? So
Yeah,
that
there's actually
nobody
something-
reaching over.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Now, what you look at now is looks like old corrugated pipe, that's split and slipped over the top of the outfield fence. There's
Yeah,
a newer product that's much safer for
yeah,
that.
that looks like a tubing
Yep.
about 4 inches or 5 inches in diameter, and it's made out of plastic. So that'd be great.
Yeah, so this will be a great project for Little League. We've spent a lot of time in the last 2 years trying to improve those fields. We've come a long way. We put in almost 250 tons of infield mix between the two fields down there to get them back to level. Just years of every time it rains, they're trying to play. They go and they sweep the field, and it brushes a little bit of dirt from the infield into the outfield, and so we've spent a lot of time on the actual field itself. Now it's time to replace the rest of the infrastructure. I had gotten pricing on repairing the existing chain link, and it's too close to the replacement cost. And we might as well replace it. It'll be a black bonded fence, I believe is what they call it. So you shouldn't, it'll look nicer. It should be more rust resistant. And should last, 15, 20 years easily. Yeah.
That's great. Did they put a little warning track? Do they use that in Little League around the inside of the outfield fence? So
They
the
are. It's
kids
actually
know-
it's going to be one of our summer projects.
Okay.
It's in talking with the Little League board. It's one of the things. I'm not sure why it got removed. At some point, there used to be a warning track. At some point, it either was removed and allowed it to be converted back to grass.
Yeah.
But they really need to reinstalled if they're going to have travel teams come over here to play our all-star team. The field needs to meet certain requirements, and a warning track is one of those. So I actually have, I can't remember if I actually got a bid, but I've been talking to the guy who has our field contract, Murtaugh Landscaping, about doing the install. We're just kind of waiting to turn the fiscal year and get the new budget funds to do it.
It may be because that was a multi-use field, and when they took the fence down, they were converting it from baseball to something else, and I think they've gotten away from that. But I believe that might be why they got rid of the warning track. And anyway, that's great.
It could have been a maintenance thing too.
Yep.
It takes quite a bit of effort to keep the infield, grass free and this and that. So it may have been at one point just, in the years where Parks and Recreation went away and there wasn't a dedicated staff and it wasn't on a contract, that it's easier to run a lawnmower over it and keep it as grass than it is to have people go through there and, weed it constantly and,
Right.
break it to keep it maintained. But the current group of, coaches and parents that are involved with Little League are all highly motivated, want to help. They've done a great job helping us, keep those fields in shape during the season.
I see that Meryl has her hand up with a question.
Yes, what's a warning track?
So warning track is a strip of dirt. If you look at, like, say, Fenway Park,
Yeah,
there's
like
grass
the
and it
outside?
transitions back to dirt before they get to the wall of the field.
right, okay.
As a player, you get an auditory and you can feel it in your feet that okay, I'm within 10 feet of the wall.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
as you're running backwards, that the fence is coming, basically. It lets you know that you're getting close to running into something.
got it. I didn't know that had a name.
Yeah. Wonderful. Charlie, do you have anything else that you want to share with us today?
I do, actually.
Okay.
I wasn't sure I was going to have this ready for today. I'm actually going to share my screen. One of the other projects areas that I've been working on for redevelopment is Winter Park. It's kind of a little known, unused area in a very highly densely populated area. And so far, the grand plan that I'm trying to implement there would be to replace the playground structure, which is 22 years old and is now starting to see failure beyond what we can continue to patch. So we're finding structural failure, in the beams that are cemented in the ground. So it's time for a refresh. Because of the density of year-round residents that live in that area, I'd like to expand and double the size of the playground, increase the size of the parking lot, and install a basketball court in that area. I think there's I've talked to a few of the residents. They seem very supportive. I think there's a lot of kids that would walk past this to go up to the school to try to get on a basketball court. I think it would be a very well utilized area. So I don't yet have the plans for the basketball hoop, but what I can show you is hopefully that screen popped up.
Something's
Hopefully
popping
you're
up.
seeing the overview of Winter Park here. So this screen's a little tough to see, but you can see the existing playground is here, and these are some trees, and we're gonna probably expand down and double the size. So here's one of the first renderings that we're looking at, and this will be able to handle quite a good number of kids ranging from ages 2 to 12. This is one of the newest structures that they have. There's actually 5 different slides coming out of this one climbing structure. This would be done with the rubberized ADA accessible flooring material. Some different views. So this bigger structure is aimed more towards I believe it's like the 5 to kind of 12-year-old range, and then the smaller structures here would be more the 2 to 5-year-old age range. Just some different views.
Looks great. It's amazing how expensive playgrounds are today.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is not a short lift. We would keep, these are approximately where the existing trees are now at the edge of the park, and we would, it wouldn't be a solid floor around. We would meander the rubberized surface, through the trees to keep them to provide shade. We do also have shade structures built in, over seating areas for adults and parents. And then the back half kind of is where the swings are. They've changed a lot of the way playground design has to happen versus from, say, when I was a kid, when the tire swing and swings were right next to the monkey bars, and if you fell off the monkey bars, you got whacked with the tire swing. Everything has to have a certain amount of space in between it. So there's different swings down in here. There's ones that can be used, with multiple kids, to the child swings. This is kind of a new rendition of a tire swing. This is a new boogie board. I don't know what they call it. This sticky.
No, I just said that's awesome. Sorry.
Well, there's, we've got our traditional Nantucket whales are in there, and some other. These are little seats that you can sit and spin, and another spinning item, and a climbing rock in the center. So it's been kind of fun to put this together. It's not cheap. This is as it sits now with the installation, the structures, plus the rubberized flooring. It's coming at almost $1.4 million.
Mm.
But
Well,
it would
that's
be
wonderful, though.
a welcome addition to that neighborhood, I think, and we'd get 20+ years out of it.
Terrific. Do any of the commissioners have questions for Charlie?
No, I was going to ask what the price would be, but you just answered that. But I think it's incredible, and it's dangerous not to have it. So
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
it's a
I think
great investment to so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is an area that again is so densely populated, with the kids. This is, I don't know if there still is a zone where kids are required to walk to school, but it's certainly close enough that a lot of kids would bike or ride past this location to get to the school. And so this would, prevent them from having necessarily to cross, Surfside Drive. It's tucked in the back neighborhood. There's a lot of little side streets, easy access points to get there.
Right.
I think it would be very well loved and well used.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just thinking, because you said that you wanted to expand the parking area, and I wonder, like, maybe if that could be kept to a dull or like to a minimum expansion, just because it feels like it might be utilized by more people, like riding their bikes or walking to there from that neighborhood. And I feel like parking lots are kind of an eyesore. Not that it's all about aesthetics, but like in the grand scheme of things, green space is preferred to, asphalt. I don't know, just a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not, I'm not talking about a gigantic expansion.
Totally.
There's currently really only space there for about 6 vehicles.
Oh, okay.
And so if we do that, I would anticipate, my kind of thought behind this playground is to kind of rival what they installed on Old South Road at the land bank.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Totally.
And so we would kind of double the size to really be additional, maybe 6 to 10 parking spots, and we would expand. If you're familiar with the area, there's a space that we actually brush cut a couple years ago between Essex Road and the parking lot to open it up so people couldn't hide back there and do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would actually expand slightly towards the road and not impede on the actual existing area of the park at all.
Oh, good. My question is this a budget that's approved, or is it something that has to go to town meeting, or?
So this will be going through the capital program. So if it gets approved and pushed through Capcom and FinCom and everybody else, this will be one of those at town meeting next year where I would be looking for commissioner support at, in the room at the meeting, should people ask, why this is something we need. Just as many of you stood up when we spoke about the tennis courts and how important it was for, everybody on the island, for that.
So yeah, and then with that said, and not that I have any issues with it, but I'm just thinking about any voters that might have issues with it. The rubber matting that the protective matting that's on the ground, is that PFAS free, or?
I'm not sure. It's one of the questions I have out to the suppliers. It's one of the questions I often ask. There's it is a hot topic. It is. I haven't heard anybody ask anyone it's been installed. Other places, the Boys and Girls Club just put in a new playground there with this rubberized flooring. It's the safest, it's the only really true ADA accessible thing for somebody in a wheelchair.
Right.
And then it has a much higher safety rating than sand or wood chips. So it's kind of become the industry standard. I will, if I've kind of asked the question to the suppliers. I have not yet got an answer, but I will provide one as soon as I do.
Yeah, just to have, that information ready for anyone that, raises that question.
Sure.
Good point. Anybody else? Well, that's an exciting possibility, and I'm sure we'll hear more about it as we approach any meeting of the community on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Winter Park is definitely a year-round local playground that gets a whole lot of use, and I think that is really great that that's where we're putting our energy into, is some of the Essex Road families that visit it.
Yeah, you really don't realize that beyond Essex how close Appleton Road and Thurston's Way they all abut it. And there's so many year-round families that are right there. I think it's a great location for it. I think like I said, I think you'll get a ton of use. I also have to report the new Tom Nevers playground is getting a lot of use. And I've heard nothing but great feedback on the new structure that we installed out there in the spring.
Great. Terrific.
I'm trying to think.
All right, do we, seeing that we have no other business, do I have any questions, concerns from any of the commissioners? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Right.
I'll take that as a
Yes.
motion. And the second, Nikki, thank you.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Jesse,
Aye.
Meryl,
Aye.
Nikki,
Aye.
and Mike Cosort. So wonderful. Thanks again, Charlie and Maureen, as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll have
you.
some updates
Thank
next
you.
month.
Everybody
I'll
continue
post
to
for everybody.
enjoy their summer. I hope
Yes,
they're
and
enjoying some of it.
Jesse, I do think one thing we can put on the agenda at the next meeting might be a report from you as our rep to the CPC, or if that's not the appropriate meeting, then you can let us know what meeting might, and we can put that on the agenda.
Sure. No, I
Great
love that.
idea.
Okay, wonderful.
Great.
All right, thank you all. Enjoy the summer. Good luck getting around the island.
You
Take care.
Great night,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.